Next one here. This is a comment on a new video we posted about nail aggression issues, right? Or I should say just general fear of nail trimming. Because this dog wasn't crazy aggressive about it, but this dog threw a goddamn temper tantrum if we tried to do the nails, right?
Yeah.
So we've been like the nail people for a while now. Right. So like, I don't know what it is. It was like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember getting a phone call from somebody. Lady was like, listen, we got this dog. Dog has been trained elsewhere. Dog is fine. Right. There's no issues from a training standpoint with the dog, but the dog won't let us trim the nails. We got to have the dog sedated. You know, that's the only way we can get him to trim the nails, this, that. Right. Can you help us? And I was like, you know, and normally we would just do we would require doing a full program, make sure the training's up to par, this, that. I could tell that this lady really did not have other issues, right?
Yeah.
Those were the issues, right? So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's get you in for a single session. Let's see if we can work through this, right? Lady came in, dog was horrible with it. We followed a very strategic step-by-step plan as far as how to work through it, right? And we were able to trim the dog's nails. Right, and she started bringing the dog to us for nail trims instead of taking the dog to get sedated, which is more healthy, more safe, right? And we were actually able to do it more frequently because the dog's nails were like freaking curled over like this,
yeah,
right? And we got the job done, right? And I think we posted a video of it, like a before and after, or like a step. We posted the step-by-step process of how we did it, right? And immediately from that point on, we became like the nail people.
Yeah.
Like everybody starts bringing their dogs and like calling us about like, hey, like my dog, I can't trim my dog's nails, this, that. Like this is a big problem that people struggle with that I think people don't correlate to like training will help this problem. Because I feel like a lot of people look at nail trims like it's like this issue that they need to take the dog to the vet for and this and that. And they don't realize it's something that can be worked through. Right.
Yep.
So whatever. So this Malinois we worked with, we, same deal, posted the full session of how we worked through the nail trimming issues, right? So, first comment here. Well, let's talk about this one. 5 days ago when the video was posted, they said, I was skeptical at first, but the video speaks for itself. Excellent job, Miracle Canine.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You know, like, listen, like, the problem is, like, a lot of this stuff, like, isn't pretty initially because we're teaching the dog to overcome these freaking emotional hurdles. Let's look at this one for a second here.
You do your...
Get out of here, Ad. Get out of here.
Hey, that's our revenue. Shush.
And you do it well. Now, it's time to do it bigger.
All right, here we go.
So in a lot of cases here, when dealing with dogs that have like big time issues with like nails or handling and stuff like that, a lot of times it's not so much a correction thing. It's not like we need to go in and like punish it or anything like that. A lot of times it's just working.
It's another big part too, is a lot of people think that nail trimming issues is you need to correct the dog for it, right? Behavior in general is contingent on there being a reinforcement for it, right? And you'll see in a minute here how we work through it. But the reinforcement behind the dog rehearsing these aggressive-looking behaviors is that it works. So actually, we don't need to correct it initially. We just need to show the dog it doesn't work.
Yeah.
it and showing him it doesn't work. And then with nails in particular, a lot of times it's not so much touching the paw that's the issue, it's restraining the paw, right? Because if I just touch it, she'll just pull it away and she's fine. But if I grab it...
We'll hear people say that too. I touch my dog's paws every night and they're fine with it. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
The dog doesn't care about having their paws touched. They care about when you hold it and then they try to get away and then you don't let them get away. Watch this.
I hold and then, right, and then she tries to pull away and I don't let her. That's where we'll start to see them get defensive with things. Yeah. So a lot of times I just start with just this, right? You grab,
Jesus.
Right? So notice the de-escalation.
dramatics,
Right?
So, but
Okay,
what
so
happens?
let's talk about that for a minute. So that's the big thing, right? People will see that initially and be like, oh my God, what are you? Stop it. Stop it right now. What are you? You're hurting the dog.
Yeah.
Right? We're not, right? Listen. And then everybody can give me the other. Look, I hear this all the time too. Whoa, the dog is going to freak out and break its leg. The dog's not going to break its leg, right? The way I'm holding the paw, I'm making sure that it's not twisting or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm holding it tightly but loosely enough where they can kind of move their paw within my hand. Like they're fine.
Yes.
Right? Like 100%. I'm not, you obviously do have to be aware of how you're holding. Like if you're twisting the leg out to the side, like, you don't want to do that, obviously. But I'm making sure that I'm kind of giving and pulling where they're not putting any pressure on their joints or anything like that. Just throwing a freaking tantrum right there.
Tantrum.
That's all it is, right? But it's, again, getting back to the emotional hurdles people have to face when working through this. If we're going to get past this issue with this dog has to realize that behavior doesn't work.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts with it.
Exactly.
You're not going to treat that away. I keep telling people that, right?
Nope.
9 out of 10 times is when I go to do that, what does she do? She wins, right? We stop.
Yeah.
Right? Which I get it, right? Like obviously in most cases, right, if you're a vet or a groomer or something like that, that's pretty scary. It's like, what the hell is going on right now, right? You think you're hurting them maybe or this or that. We know it's just antics, it's dramatics, right? So we work them through that. Once they stop fighting, good.
Look at this state of mind, right? You could tell this dog went from initially tense, tightened up, growling, unloading, freaking the fuck out, and then it didn't work. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And it's so interesting, right? Like I've talked about this in the past before, and people give me shit over this also, right? Everybody's got an opinion on stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. When the dog goes from that tensed up, holding their breath, unloading
Yeah.
to that heavy panting, right? You could feel in their body all of that tension just,
Yeah.
you know? And yes, it's stress panting. Everybody gives you shit because I say that's a more relaxed state of mind than the state of mind before. They're like, it's not relaxed, it's stress panting, right? Yes, the dog is still stressed. We haven't fixed the problem yet, but we got them to go from this tense state of mind to like, ooh, them letting some of that energy and letting some of that stress out, aka the stress panting.
Yep.
Right?
Right? We stop doing it, right? So we work that drill a couple times here first with them. And again, it's not a correction thing. It's just showing them that there's no more reinforcement. The reinforcement of you doing that and it making me go away is no longer there. So same deal. We grab, we hold, and I just wait. And before I even try to grind them or anything like that, this is the first step that I work through with them. It's so funny. It's like so
Look at
predictable at this point what these dogs are going to do with some of this stuff.
It is. It's so freaking predictable.
Yeah.
This time a little bit better, obviously. And you can tell
Totally
she's, like,
different.
kind of exhausted or
Completely
something.
different state of mind.
Right. No,
And
not big.
sometimes it is that freaking easy. You know what I mean? Again, is it fixed? No. You'll see, I don't know if it's in this video or not, but there was a clip from the next day. This was the client that was here for 5 days from Kentucky. There was a clip from the next day of us working through this issue again. Zero reactivity out of the dog, and the dog was taking food, so we were able to actually start building the dog's confidence after it, but it's because we worked through this problem.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes all these dogs need, and this dog is a dog that's starting to display crate aggression issues towards the owner, resource guarding issues towards the owner, all sorts of different issues, right? And guess what? This dog has been through a board and train somewhere else. A lot of positive reinforcement. She came in, she worked all the commands for food and stuff. It looked beautiful. You know what I mean? Like the dog was trained. The dog liked working with her clearly, but the respect was not established.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes what these dogs need.
Yep.
Is they need to be put in a position of high stress like that. They need to learn that we are still in charge in these situations,
Yeah.
right? And they need to learn we're going to step up to the plate and overcome these problems with them.
Yeah.
I'm going to try again in a minute, but she's much looser, right?
what I
Like
mean,
she's not as
right?
tense and stuff.
Yeah.
See the whole arm just moving and stuff? It's not...
Yeah.
Save you. I'm sorry.
I know. Good job. The like head straight up thing is so funny. I know.
Come on.
Stream 85 plus live channels with no hidden fees. YouTube TV. Try it free.
If I could show you how you could quit your unfulfilling job, pursue your passion of dogs instead, and become highly paid as the number
is it?
one
Online
person
dog
in
trainer.
your area that people turn to for help with their dogs, would you be interested in learning more? Because the good news
This is
in the
BS,
next-
right? So let's talk about this ad for a second. Right? We got this fucking loser, the online dog trainer. And basically what he just said is, do you love dogs? Well, I could teach you how to be the highest paid dog trainer in your area. Fuck that. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Right? This is my problem with this industry. It's unregulated, so anybody can get into it. And this guy is profiting off of the fact that you like dogs and you want to be a dog trainer, but you have no experience, so the clients are going to suffer. You're going to be the highest paid dog trainer because you're going to charge a fucking premium, and you're going to have no idea how to help the owners. And then those owners are going to be out a bunch of money. They're going to think that dog training doesn't work, and it's going to continue to dilute this industry. So this is bullshit.
3 minutes, I'm going to share
This is a
with you
long-ass
very
ad.
unique opportunity to change
2
all of
minutes
that
and
and
50
lead
seconds.
a life so
All right,
full of
fuck that
passion.
guy. Okay, so step number 1 with these dogs when we're working through nail aggression issues is you have to get them to understand that holding that paw, we are not letting go of it, right? That's it. You work that for a little bit. You get them to a place where you can consistently grab and hold the paw. You only let it go when the dog is in a calm state of mind, right? And as you saw there, you have to hold through that stuff. Most people stop there. That is the only way you'll get past it. Next step here. Holding paw
I know.
and playing with the toes. And sometimes you'll see a less intense, like you see the dog's kind of growling and stuff there still, but the dog is learning to inhibit that bite. So you play with the individual toes. That's it. And you'll hear me talk about that in a minute. And then if you see that, you continue doing it.
And if you look at some of these behaviors, like this is very similar to what you're seeing in the crate.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this kind of fearful, I'm really unsure, and I've learned that doing this makes things stop. So, you know, sometimes we address it in the crate, right? But other times we leverage all these other opportunities and get it under control where she just doesn't feel like she can get away with that with an individual. You, me,
It all correlates everywhere. Sometimes we look at like the specific behavioral. We got to look at it in the crate. We got to look at it with nails. We got to look at it here, right? It's one of those things where once you get the dog into the proper state of mind and seeing us differently overall with these types of things, it bleeds away in all those other areas.
Yeah.
Right? And then it all kind of starts to correlate together a little bit. And this is really how we get to the bottom of a lot of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We say I try to look for the things that are really hard for my dog, and I kind of chase those things and try to work through them. Or in a lot of cases, we just kind of avoid those things, you know, and then it always shows itself somewhere.
Yeah.
Good. Good job. Good. And I'm kind of looking at her body language and stuff while I'm doing it to know when I release, right?
It's a key point as well.
At this, we're kind of using negative reinforcement right now as well, so the removal of pressure to reinforce something. So I'm applying pressure when I grab the paw. If she doesn't like it, I want to keep holding until she settles. Once she relaxes, good. That's when I release pressure, and that release of pressure symbolizes like a reward to them.
Would you wait until she's like not growling or showing her teeth, or?
Kind of, yeah. So the reason why I started saying that is because the left paw, for whatever reason, when I grab it, is when she starts doing the teeth thing a little bit.
Yeah.
So even though she's not doing anything, I'm gonna wait till it goes from that to that more relaxed pant, you know? Good.
So that's step 2, obviously. Play with the paws. Again, pay attention to where you're releasing pressure.
All right, looks pretty good. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna start trying to actually grind them. So grabbing, turning the Dremel on. She's like, what the heck? Then we start with just quick little grind at a time like that.
This is a dog this owner's never been able to cut her nails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and this literally was like, I mean, there was a little bit cut out of there, maybe 10 minutes. And we got, you know what I mean? Like, we're not working magic out here. Everybody looks at it like it's magic. The dog is just so good with you. But they're not. Some people are oblivious to the things to why is the dog improving with these things. And it's funny, like, I'll do lessons sometimes. People are just like, the dog is just so good with you. Like, it's like it's magic. And then I'll explain. I'll stop and I'll be like, no. It's not magic. Actually, the dog is behaving right now because this. And I'll explain those things. And it's like they'll be like, yeah, it's just like it's magic. And I'm just like, it's not. It's literally not. You can do this also.
Do the same things, yeah.
I tell people, board and trains, one-on-ones, this, that. We're creating the blueprint. This is the blueprint of how you get past your dog's nail aggression issues, right? And I hope that at least some of these people that are watching this actually do it. Because a lot of people look at it, and I'll get this sometimes also from people. It's just frustrating, right? They'll be like, wow, that's so amazing. My dog is just like that dog. And I'll be like, okay, cool. Well, I showed you how to fix it.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, I just don't know. My dog is just really bad. And I'll be like, it's literally right in front of your face. The solution is right in front of your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what we deal with. This
Yep.
is what we deal with as dog trainers. So, and then I expect also, right? I expect every time I move through these steps, every time I move from just holding the paw to holding the paw and playing with the toes to actually grinding the nails, each time you move to the next step, you will see a little freak out like that. It's pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
Because you're adding more pressure each time that you go
Yeah.
to do it.
Keep grinding, obviously, I just don't want to let go, right? We'll just go right back to it. And when you first start this, it's really important that you don't try to do a lot, because if you accidentally go too far and then it actually does hurt, it kind of reinforces all that fear.
That's a key
So
with
I
it.
just kind of
Just
try to
touch
like
the
dock the
nails.
tip like
Touch
that. Good. And just get her used to that sensation.
And again, she still doesn't love it, but we're 50% better.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yep.
So that's the key with it. So the rest of this video is then getting into having the owner do it and stuff. We talk about a bunch of different concepts and stuff, whatever. She goes and does it then at that point.
Good.
Whatever. So I highly recommend you watch that whole video, obviously. It really is an awesome video. That was a cool kind of transformation that we did with it.
Yeah.
And I was very pleased with how that turned